is Krishnaveni, working as PTG Commerce in this AP Model School, Goa. Today we are discussing the 9th class Geography second lesson, that is Physical Features of India, the introduction part. So let me give you the brief introduction of the major physical divisions of India. So it includes mainly the Himalayas, Indo-Gangetic Plain, Peninsula Plateau, the coastal plains, and the Indian Great Desert, and the last is the islands. So till now we have discussed about the summary videos. Actually we used to have this summary videos in the last year also. But this year we have got these clickers in the opening of the academic year. So we are following these clickers and the children find it interesting. So now we are going to start with this summary video of the physical features of India.
India's land is full of contrasts, towering snowy mountains, flat fertile plains, dry deserts, ancient plateaus, long coastlines, and even islands surrounded by seas. But these aren't just random features, they are part of a well-defined structure called the physiographic divisions of India. Let's go on a journey across India to explore how its land has been shaped over millions of years. Let's begin in the north, where the land seems to touch the sky. The Himalayan mountains are young and still growing. They stretch for about 2,000.
The Himalayas are the highest mountains of the world. And these stretch from 2,004 kilometers from the north to the east. This is the first typical division of the India.
1,400 kilometers from west to east. These mountains have three parallel ranges. Himadri, Greater Himalayas, home to India's highest peaks, including Kanchenjunga. Himachal, Middle Himalayas, where you find beautiful valleys like Kashmir and Kulu. Shivalik, Outer Himalayas, known for narrow valleys called dunes like Dehradun.
So here we understood the three parts of the Himalayas, that is Himachal, Himadri and the Shivaliks. And the world's highest mountain peaks are found in the Himachal Pradesh.
Himalayas protect us from cold Central Asian winds and are the birthplace of rivers like the Ganga and Brahmaputra. Coming down from the mountains, we enter the vast northern plains, formed by the deposits of the Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra rivers. These plains are flat, fertile and perfect for agriculture. Divided into three parts. Punjab Plains, western section formed by the Indus and its tributaries. Ganga Plains, central and the most extensive part. Brahmaputra Plains, lies to the east. These plains are also divided based on soil features into Bhabar, Terai, Bhangar and Khadar. Most of India's population lives here because of the fertile land and water availability. Now let's move south to the Peninsula Plateau.
So the second physical feature we get is Indo-Gangetic Plain, which is a formation of the Indus, Ganga River and the Brahmaputra. It is the fertile land of the India. Coming to the third division.
To India's oldest landmass. This region is full of hard, ancient rocks and is shaped like an uneven table. It has two main parts. Central Highlands, north of the Narmada River, includes the Malwa Plateau. Deccan Plateau, south of the Narmada, forming a triangle bounded by the Satpura, Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. The Western Ghats are tall and steep, while the Eastern Ghats are lower and more spread out. Many rivers like Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri start here and flow eastwards. Now we travel west to the Indian desert, also known as...
So the third one is, we find is Peninsula Plateau. Peninsula Plateau, where it is bounded by the west side is by the Western Ghats and east by the Eastern Ghats. And the most of the rivers that flow from the west to the east form the deltas in the eastern part of the country, which mainly includes the Godavari, Krishna rivers.
Please subscribe to Leo News for more videos.